Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Groovy Gold Hunter. This episode is brought to you today by no one because I don't have any sponsors. So I got a new pay dirt. It's actually a pay dirt I've done before, but since I'm having issues getting pay dirt from some other companies, I decided just to go back to some that I liked before. Yeah, I got another one from Vendetta Prospecting. Different type of dirt though. I've already bought like 4 bags from them and I get a different type of dirt each time I get a bag. I can't even tell you what this is. Cali green maybe? Yeah, Cali green. It's guaranteed 1 gram of gold, or 1 gram of gold has been added, so I'm sure I'll get 1.006 grams of gold. Usually the case. I always make my predictions before I sluice this out. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to doing something besides Christmas. Let's go ahead and open her up. Don't know exactly. I didn't really read up on where this came from or anything. I saw different versions of this stuff. It was like Cali green and Cali rock and Cali something. I don't know, but let's put it in a bowl and let's see what it looks like. All right, so I got my little trusty red bowl. Maybe I'll do a clear bowl. It's probably not as good to see what this pay dirt looks like in a red bowl, so I'm gonna go with the clear bowl. At first glance, it looks very rocky, like gravel rocky. So we're going to dump it all in. Very dry. That's always a good sign. I like dry pay dirt. Very dusty. Oh, make sure I get every bit out of that I can get. Check the corners here. Yeah, we got it all out. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Yeah, it looks like just gravel. You know, I'm not good with rocks, so I couldn't tell you what kind of rock this is and where it came from or anything like that. But yeah, looks like gray rocks. All right, so there it is. So let's go ahead and classify it. I'll just go ahead and classify it in my little gallon bucket right here. We'll do what we normally do. We'll do 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, plus minus 20, maybe plus minus 10 as well. So that's the 1/4 inch. Trying to be a little careful because very dry and very, very dusty. I don't want to inhale all this stuff. Good Lord. Whoa. Boy, that's a lot of material right there. It's mostly just rock. Let's see if I can get it down a little bit more, but I don't think I can. So we'll dump that into the red bucket. I will wash that because I want to see if any of that's quartz, because if it is, I will crush that down as well and see if I can get any extra gold out of any possible quartz in that rock. I'm not familiar with the rock, like I said, so I don't know if there could be any potential gold inside that rock or not, but I really won't know until I wash it all out. But that's what we got left. I'm going to go ahead and classify it down again to 1/8 inch. Not going to see a whole lot of material after this, so I think I will let's keep it in a bucket so I don't lose any. Just do it the safe way. This is my 1/8 inch classifier. So we'll pour all that in there. Good Lord. I don't know if my camera can get all of this dust, but I'm certainly getting it. We'll tap all that and we'll stick it in that little clear bowl I just had right here. There we go. So there's the 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, plus 10, plus 20, and the minus 20. I thought about going to 40, but I think I'll be fine. I don't really think I need to get that down to minus 40. We will start with the biggest stuff like I normally do and pan that out. No, there's no gold in it, but what I am looking for is quartz, because if there's quartz, then I get to crush it and see if I can find any gold inside of that. Highly doubt it. It's very rare that that ever happens, but you never know, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so I got my plus 1/4 inch first. A lot of big chunks of rocks. I don't think I'm going to put all of it in there at once because it's just a lot. So I'll do a little bit at a time, mainly for cleaning purposes, because I just want to clean these rocks off. Pan you down so you can see what I'm doing. Get this broken up as best I can, just in case there's any gold stuck to any of these rocks, which would be wonderful. Okay, very interesting stuff. Let me shine a light on it. Here's some quartz here. This is also a nice little chunk of quartz. Looks pretty white. Don't really see anything inside of it, but I'm going to crush that down because I like to do that. So I'm going to stick all of my quartz I was gonna stick it in here, but I've got minerals and gemstones in that, so now I need to find another bag or bucket or bowl or something. I'll put it in that because I know that that's not going to go through that 20 mesh. Looking at this rock, I can see bits and pieces of quartz in there as well. So anything that I see that has quartz, I'm going to break it to pieces and see if I can find some gold inside of it. It looks like it's been oxidized. It looks like I got a little rust on my hands, so that's a good sign. Let's stick that over there too. As a matter of fact, once you clean this stuff off, it really does show a whole lot of different varieties of rocks. This is like green. It almost looks like it's got moss on it. Anything that's got any type of quartz in it whatsoever, I'm just gonna crush it. Yeah, that's got quartz in it too. Very interesting stuff. You can see the quartz vein right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but hopefully when I zoom in on this in editing, you can see the little vein right there. That's really cool. So I'm not going to do the other half. I'm going to do a little bit at a time because I want to really break this up, try to get as much dirt off of it as I can so I can see which ones have white quartz in it. Just even if it's one little piece of gold, I'd be happy to find gold this way. Something that was still embedded in a rock. That would be awesome. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing this and I'll be back when I'm done. It's kind of funny because the more I look at this rock, the more intrigued I'm by it and the more I keep throwing in my to crush area. What it looks like is they put in, or this is the outer edges of like a quartz vein. So like where rock is built up, quartz veins here and the rock's built up around it, it looks like these are just the edges of where a quartz vein was. So I'm getting remnants of like a solid piece of rock with like a little bit of quartz right here. I don't know if you could see that or not, but very interesting stuff. Very cool. I started out with it all being rock and I'm like, oh, I'll dump most of this. But then once you get all the water on it and really get to see what it looks like, every one of these pieces has a little bit of quartz in it. Let me finish this up and then we'll move on to the next classification, which is 1/4 or 1/8 inch. Finally got done with the 1/4 inch stuff, and that's everything that I'm not going to crush right there, which is pretty much, well, maybe about 50-50. So let's go on to my 1/8 inch stuff. It's going to be the same deal. There's going to be quartz in here as well. And to all of the pay dirt companies that are out there, let me just say this. As a person who enjoys doing pay dirt and enjoys panning it out and getting the gold, what would set a great pay dirt company apart from any other pay dirt company is if they did take some quartz rock and have gold in it, and knowingly have gold in it and put it in there as well. That is more of a true gold mining experience with panning and all that. But to be able to find a piece of gold that's still in the quartz that you didn't think was there, that's really cool. When you buy pay dirts and it says guaranteed 1 gram, you know that's what you're going to get. It's just a matter of finding it all. The exciting part is finding gold that you didn't know was going to be in there. That's the cool part. You pay dirt companies need to think about that. At least the ones that can actually mine this stuff and actually have it in quartz. I don't know how that would work. I'm not a gold miner, so I couldn't tell you. I just think it'd be a cool idea. So this is the 1/8 inch stuff right here, and all I'm doing right now is I'm pulling all of the quartz that I find in this, because I knew I'd find some. Since I found it in that 1/4 inch stuff, I knew I'd find it in the 1/8 inch stuff. So it'll probably take me about 20 minutes to get all of that quartz out. So let me keep doing this for a few minutes and then we'll pan it out. So let's go ahead and pan this stuff out. This is the first half after I got all the quartz that I thought could hold gold. We'll pan this back, do a little tap, bring it back. No gold. I kind of figured that. So let's see if there's any gold in my 1/8 inch material. Just like I thought, no gold. So far, no gold out of the 1/4 inch or the 1/8 inch, but when you're only guaranteed 1 gram, you kind of expect it. You're not going to find a 1/4 inch nugget, and you're not going to find an 1/8 inch nugget on a guaranteed gram of gold, unless that's the only piece of gold that you find that weighs 1 gram. So I got the 10 inch, the 20, plus and minus. This is a 10-inch. See, I don't have much. Yeah, I don't have much pay dirt left at all. Now we're going to our plus 10 stuff right here. So let's go ahead, dump this little bitty bit, not much at all, in this pan, and we'll go ahead and pan this out real quick, see if we get anything out of that. Yeah, and so far all of this pay dirt that I've been panning is nothing but rocks and quartz so far. Now obviously I haven't gotten to the finer stuff, but so far this stuff's pretty easy to pan. Alright, we got it down pretty low, so let's take it over here to my finishing side. We'll get rid of a couple more while I'm watching it come off of the side of the pan, making sure no gold's getting out. I don't see any gold in this either. So let's tap it and see what happens. No gold. So 0 for 3. This should be, and hopefully better be, where all my gold is, because if it ain't, then we've got to find out where that gram's coming from. What should I do? Let's just half and half. Let's do half and half. All right, so here's my plus 20. It does have a little bit of organics. Looks like some grass. Hand it off. See what happens. I haven't seen one piece of gold yet, and for a gram of gold, I thought I'd see some by now. Oh my God. One, is that a piece of gold? Is that gold? Kind of looks like gold, but it kind of doesn't. I'm gonna look into the eye of this. Yeah, that's gold. So, whew, one piece. I know that doesn't weigh a gram. Get a close-up for you so you can see the one piece. Can you see it? Right there. Right beside that brown rock. There's one little piece of gold. Normally I'm pretty comfortable with pay dirts, but I'm getting a little worried here. Let me find my sluice bottle that can suck this up. So yeah, I got one little piece of gold there, and this is the rest of my plus 20. After that, it's all minus 20. Now there should be quite a bit of gold in this part, unless it's a gram of very, very fine flowery gold. Now that could be a possibility too. Let's finish it off on the side, and then we'll tap it back and see what we got. All right, tap, tap. Okay, there's some gold, a little bit of gold. All right, so let's clean it up a little bit, and then I will show you guys what it looks like. That is everything that's out of that plus 20. Some small flakes of gold, but just not a lot. That's not even maybe 2/10 of a gram. So we still got a ways to go before we hit that gram mark. Odd pay dirt. Maybe I shouldn't have spoke too soon when I talked about how much I like the pay dirt because of the rocks. It's got to have gold in it too. I guess I should have mentioned that. But yeah, I mean, that can't be more than maybe 3/10 of a gram so far out of all of that. I doubt that's even that much. Nah, I guess there's a lot of this, so I think maybe we're probably in good shape. I think this is pretty much flower gold, because look, that's a lot left. So you know what? Why not? I got a tailings box anyway. I haven't used my sluice box in a couple pay dirt, so I'm going to wet this and I'm going to stick it in my sluice box. I don't know, should I? Because I don't know how fine that gold is. If it's too fine, then it might just float through. I mean, I'm catching the tailings, but at the same time, I don't want any really small gold floating over my tailings catcher and into my bigger tub of recirculating water. Should I pan it or should I sluice it? Yep, so I decided to sluice it. Chocolate milk, anyone? So after I wetted the material, that's what I got, chocolate milk. It's pretty much all dirt. I don't like to get my sluice box too muddy. Most of this stuff is so fine that as soon as water hits it, it dissolves. Make sure I don't have any floaters. I'll add jet dry just in case. Help break that water surface tension. Okay guys, so I decided to sluice it, and the reason why is I wanted to see how my sluice box does with fine gold, because I'm pretty sure that flower gold will be in here because this is all minus 20 stuff. But then I got to thinking, yeah, minus 20 doesn't necessarily mean flower gold, it just means flakier, lighter flakier gold. So the goal here is to take what I have left. If the rest of this stuff is a little bitty gold, there should be a ton of it in here. So I want to see how much my sluice box catches and how much gets dumped into my tailings, to see kind of the catch versus miss rate on my sluice box. That's the goal. Let's see if it works, and let's get started. So yeah, just a little bit left. I'm not doing good with the speaking and the talking today, so you'll have to forgive me. So yeah, the goal here is to see how much I catch in this sluice box versus what gets lost in the tailings. Because I'll pan out my tailings after I'm done with this anyway, just to make sure I didn't lose any gold. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in here at a time and see what happens. Only thing I'm worried about, like I said earlier, is floating gold going over the top of my tailings catcher and getting into my big recirculating tub here. But hopefully that won't happen. I'm not doing a whole lot at a time, just very little. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add some water. Try to break this up a little bit because it is a little hard.
That's what she said.
All right. I do see some gold in here as I am putting it in my sluice box. I know we got gold in this, but the question is how much. All right, I'm done. Wasn't a whole lot of material to sluice, but I wanted to sluice it just to see how it did. More of a test than anything, to make sure that my sluice works properly with smaller, finer gold. I'm gonna stop it right now and clean it, check my tailings, see how much gold we got. All right guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is check my tailings. I got it in my pan already, and I wanna see how much I missed. And this will be a kind of a good test to see how well my sluice box does, because most of the gold that I've been panning, I haven't gotten much flour gold. It's been mostly small flakes. It's the only time I hope my pan doesn't have gold. Yeah, this is very muddy water. Oh, look at that. You like? I need to wear a girdle every time I do a video if my gut's gonna hang out like that. Jeez Louise, Heath, come on. At least suck it in. People trying to watch a pay dirt video and they get distracted by a gut. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully nothing. I'm interested to know too in the sluice mat if there's any black sands, because so far I haven't seen any. Just tap it back. Oh, is that a piece? Is that a piece? Oh dude, I missed a lot. Oh no, that's not good, Heath. I missed a lot of gold in my tailings, but it's so fine. I mean, good Lord, it's so, I'm gonna have to add jet dry just to keep it from floating. I've never seen gold this fine before. I don't even know if I can get it on camera to give you guys an idea of how fine this gold is. And furthermore, did any of this, like I was afraid that would happen, did any of that gold go over the top of my tailings catcher because it was so little? I'll give you a shot of it in a second. I'm probably going to have to use my phone video, so let me show you what I missed. This is the most I've ever missed out of any pay dirt, and I'm afraid to even, I might repan all that stuff that I just put in there, because man, that gold is so small. I've never seen gold that small. Okay guys, so here is what I missed. Here's my finger, just to give you a comparison. Look how fine that gold is. I mean, that is some little bitty gold. Zoom in one more time. But I mean, look at my finger in comparison to that gold. It's the smallest I've ever had in pay dirt. That is minute. Okay, well, I gotta suck it up. There's nothing I can do about it now. Alright guys, so I've got what was in the sluice mat right here. So I'll pan down to it. And this is what was in the sluice mat. Now you already saw what was in the tailings that I lost. So there should be a pretty good amount of gold in here. However, I'm definitely going to repan all of this again, because that gold was so fine. I am sure that there is some flour gold in this bin right here. I might have to bust out the Miller table. I don't know yet. I'm sure I could probably pan it all out myself. It's not that much pay dirt. We'll see what happens. But I do have to be very careful when I pan this stuff off, which is why I'm going to repan it anyway, because if there's any of that super flowery gold in this mix, more than likely I've dumped it in there. And while I'm doing this, I have a friend of mine who has a YouTube channel as well, who made me a new logo, and I asked him to do it. We worked together. I asked him a couple weeks ago if he'd make me a new logo. Told him what my channel was called, Groovy Gold Hunter. Kind of gave him an idea of what I was wanting, and just told him to do whatever he wanted. Just make me a new logo so I can start doing t-shirts, stickers, and stuff like that in case I ever do decide to start selling pay dirt, that kind of stuff. And he made me one. So at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal my new logo. The only thing that I'm changing on my new logo that you will see at the end of this video is the color scheme. The art itself, I absolutely love. He did a fantastic job. Very simple and just really cool. He's a great artist. He's a musician as well. He has his own YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Wesley Art, and you can check him out. He's a bit of a rock and roll type of musician. He plays acoustic guitar. He does a lot of live shows, especially on a weekend. He'll play 4 or 5 hours in a set and just play anything from, you know, classic rock to more 90s rock, alternative music, stuff like that. But he plays just about everything. He's got a very big library of music that he plays, and he's really good and even better at art. I appreciate him for doing that for me. It really meant a lot. So yeah, at the end of this video, I will reveal my new logo. So getting back to this stuff, I just feel like I'm dumping gold. I'm probably going to have to bust out the Miller table the second time around to make sure that I'm getting every bit of gold out of this. Once I get it down, I'll probably, I don't know if I should reclassify it as well and get it down to like -50. Just so little. The difficulty level went from like 3 to 10. I'm going to tap this back, and there's going to be a lot of gold in here, but man, it is so small. Let me get a little bit more water in there. Okay, so I just started tapping it back, and there is gold from there all the way back to here. So I'm going to go ahead and just pan like I normally do, knowing that there's going to be gold in here. I'm just going to have to pan and repan and repan and repan until I can get as much of that dirt out of there as I can. But it's just like a dusting of gold. It is so fine. I mean, even my bigger stuff's coming down on this side. I can see gold all the way through here. But I don't really care because I'm not going to dump this. I'm just trying to get all the bigger chunks of dirt out of this big pile. My wife's going to kill me. I stole her jet dry because I ran out. It's all for a good cause. All right. That's a lot of gold. It's impressive, but it's also a pain in the butt. So I think I'm happy with that much right there. So let's get a close-up of that first, of what I'm fixing to suck up. But look on the end here. I might have to do another phone camera shot. But it's like, this is considered really small flakes. That right there is kind of considered flour. That right there is dust. That's not even flour gold. That's like a dust of gold. So there's the flakes. Those are just regular flakes, and they're not very big. But look when you get towards the end here. Look at all that fine gold. Let me see if I can zoom in even more. I mean, it is just little bitty. Makes those look like big fat nuggets, don't it? But when you zoom out and get a reality shot, there it is. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to go ahead and suck all this up. The other problem with this kind of gold too is when you suck it up and you don't get it all, so you push back down to suck it up again, a lot of it will come shooting back out. So you got to be careful because some of it still gets hung up in the straw. So yeah, I'm just going to do it again. I'm going to get it all to the corner. I'm going to tap the crap out of it. Get all that gold back to one side underneath the dirt. Try to pan some of this dirt off. Yeah, hopefully I can get all of the gold out of it. But there is just no way there's no gold in that. And even that water, I bet you there's gold in that water. Crazy thing about it is I haven't seen much of any black sands. That's not the issue. The issue is just the gold itself. Look at that. So I just tapped more. It's still in there, but it's so light it wants to stay with the black sands or the brown sands or whatever that is. That's kind of a cool little figure. It looks like a running man. But yeah, there's gold in there too. So I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm not going to bore you guys with this process, but it's going to take me a while to get this out. Wow. That was insane. I have never dealt with gold that fine before. Not even close. But I'm going to have to go through all of this again and repan everything, reclassify it, redo everything, because there's no way that there's not some gold in there. Now, how much gold isn't the point. I know it's not even worth doing, because I guarantee you that what I've got in here is going to be a gram of gold. And if it's not, it's probably 0.9995. What I didn't get is not going to amount to much of anything. But I'm going to do it because I want to get an accurate account exactly how much gold came out of that pay dirt. Plus, I still got to crush that rock to see if there's any gold in that. And as small as that gold is, I've got a lot more confidence in that rock, because I don't know if it came from the same place or what's going on with the gold compared to the pay dirt that was in it. But if it has anything to do with the gold, then there's a good chance there's some quartz that's got gold still stuck in it. So we'll see. Okay guys, I'm back, and it's still the same night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, by the way, and I'm still doing pay dirt. So I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I grabbed all that chocolate milk and I poured it back into a pan, panned it out, and sure enough, I got 2 little bitty flakes of gold. What I did was I reclassified it, and I classified it down to, I believe, -40. And I panned out the +40 stuff. There was nothing in it, like I figured. So now, this is what's left. This is all the -40 stuff. I'm not going to pan that whole thing out at once. So I'm just going to take a spoonful, throw it in here, and repeat process. So I will show you how much gold I missed after I get it completely done. Okay guys, welcome back. It is day 2 of this pay dirt review. I can't believe it's taken 2 days to do this, but it is. All right, I got it dried out. I've got all of the gold out. I did it 3 times. I went ahead and I didn't get any on the 3rd, so I got all of the gold. I'm confident of that, and I'm going to show you what I initially got out and then the second time around. Now, I got to use my phone again because this gold is so small. This GoPro cannot get a very good shot of just how small this gold is, so I'm going to show you via camera. All right, so yeah, there is the initial gold that I got out. Look how tiny those flakes are. There is some sand in there as well. I'm going to clean that up as best I can. This is round 2, and I mean, look at all this gold. Some of it is sand and dirt, but it's so hard to separate it. So yeah, I'm going to try to get more of that dust out of that. I'm probably going to put all of it back in there and then try to pan it out. I've got a miller table, but the surface on my miller table is not doing very well. I have been losing gold on my miller table, so it would be easier for me just to pan it and get it done that way and try to get as much as that micro dust as I can out of there before I weigh it. Shouldn't make a difference on the weight anyway, because there's just minute dusting, but the gold itself is dust. So I'm going to finish this off. I figured I'd tape a little of me doing it, get the good old-fashioned floor angle. One of my favorite things about pay dirt that I never see in pay dirt, this part right here, that's the cool stuff. That's where you're actually mining and looking for gold inside of this stuff right here that's got quartz in it. Not a lot, but it's got quartz in it. I'm going to take my handy dandy pulverizer and I'm going to pounce the crap out of it. And then I'm going to twist and turn and try to get all of that out. Now I'm going to dump it into my +20 classifier, and whatever doesn't go through my classifier, I'm going to put it right back in here and repeat until I get it all crushed. And then after I'm done crushing, and I'll send it back over here, dump it in there and repeat. And hopefully I'll find some gold, because that's the gold that they don't put in your pay dirt. That's the gold I'm looking for. So I'll just keep doing this. I don't have a whole lot of rock. What little I do have, I'm hoping I'll find something in it. So what I'm going to do over here to the side is I'm just going to reclassify it again and get all of the super fine stuff separated from the other chunks of rock. And then I'll wet it, and then I'll just pan it. I'm not going to sluice it like I did last time, because I lost too much gold sluicing that kind of gold. It's just too fine. So we'll start with the +20 stuff. Not much, huh? That's how far down I crushed it. So that's pretty fine. So I'm just gonna dump it in here and then we'll just pan it, see what happens. Hope we can find some gold. But it really is the most exciting part of panning to me, because when you get guaranteed amounts of gold, you know it's already gonna be in there. It's just a matter of what size it is. But this is like, can I get some bonus gold? Most of the time it's no, but every now and then a little piece will creep up. Unfortunately, it's not in that. Actually, I see very fine gold right there. There's some right there too. All right, so for this part right here, this stuff right here, I'm just going to saturate it. So yeah, I'm just going to stir this up, mix it up as best I can, and I'm going to keep doing this. And once I get done with this part, I'll come back and start actually just panning out the regular material. Now I'm going to get my spoon if I can find it. I just had it. I'm just going to do a scoop at a time. Stratify it real good, dump all that water out, try to get it as clean as I can, and then pan it back. And the one thing I am not doing is I'm not trying to force anything out. All I'm doing is letting the water and gravity pull the dirt off of the pan. All right, pan it back, see what happens. Nope, no go. All right, well, I just wanted to show you what I was doing. I'm gonna keep doing that, repeat. If I do catch anything, any gold, I'll film it and show you guys what I got. All right, guys, so I'm done with this pay dirt. So now it's time to do the old weigh in and value. Here's what I got right there. I didn't get any out of that ore, and I hate that. I wish they knew that there was some in there and let us crush it. I need to find a pay dirt company that does that, because I really do like that. I don't know, that's just me. It makes it more fun to do. So let's weigh this stuff and see what we got. So it was guaranteed 1 gram of gold, so that should be 1 gram right there. This stuff right here. Gonna put it on there, zero it out. All right, so let's see how much gold we got. This stuff is so small. We're at 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 9 tenths, 11 tenths, 12 tenths. All right, we have got 1.145. And there's the gold right there. Get a better shot with my phone. I did get all of the dirt and all of the dust out of it, cleaned it up as best I could, and yeah, we ended up with 1.145, so that's pretty decent. So let's get on the computer and let's see just how much it's worth. Okay guys, so I'm going to tell you what this is. As I've been editing this video, this Vendetta prospecting pay dirt, I lost the video of me actually checking the value on it. So I'm going to do it right now as I'm editing. As of the day that I'm editing, the gold prices is $19.55. I think it's pretty much the same as it was when I did it the first time. But 1.145 grams of gold, 24 karat, placer gold, natural, we always call it that. Calculate $71.99. That is excellent because I know I paid $76. So let's put it in the percentage calculator. 71.99. What percent of 76? 94.7%. That is really good. That's awesome. What an excellent return. Really great pay dirt. Bad part about it, if you want to call it bad, it was so flowery and never had gold that fine before. Very hard to pan out. There wasn't a lot of black sands or anything like that. It had nothing to do with it. It was just the fact that that gold, it was lighter than a lot of the material. And yeah, I had to pan my tailings to get more gold out. I probably got maybe 1/100 of a gram in the second run, and then the third time that I panned it just to check, there probably was some dust, that maybe 2 or 3 particles of gold dust that was in there, but wasn't enough to make a difference. But yeah, 1.145 grams, that's really good. So yeah, that is my pay dirt review on another Vendetta prospecting pay dirt. I don't mind doing multiple ones from the same company as long as they're different pay dirts. This is the 4th pay dirt I've bought from them. And yeah, each one of them are guaranteed a gram. I've only been buying a gram at a time. But for what I got out of it, it's free shipping. What you get, it says $76. That's what it is out the door. So I love that about it as well. So far, from everything that I've bought from them and every time I've ordered from them, they've been excellent. They ship it immediately. I think I ordered it Tuesday and got it Thursday. Might have ordered it Monday. But still, a lot of pay dirt companies take weeks. Some pay dirt companies don't even send you their product. Shout out to Lynch. Anyway, really do like this pay dirt. Really do like this company. I will be buying some more from them. I might probably up the game and buy a 5-gram bag. So kudos to Vendetta Prospecting. I like your stuff. You're doing well. Keep it up. Don't change. All right, that wraps it up for another edition of the Groupie Gold Hunter Pay Dirt Review on Vendetta Prospecting, the Cali Green 1-gram bag. Really did enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit the like button. It helps my channel out so much when you hit those buttons. It costs absolutely nothing, and again, it helps me out, and I would much appreciate it if you guys would do those things. And also, I want to give a special shout out to my friend Nathan Wesley from Nathan Wesley Art, who has his own YouTube channel called Nathan Wesley Art. Does music, has art, great artist, great musician, great guy. He did my logo for me that you will see at the end of this video, and I appreciate it so much for you doing that for me. It means a lot, and I really like it, and it will be my new logo from now on because I liked it that much. And hopefully, if I get any bigger and I start making t-shirts and start selling pay dirt, I'm gonna put that logo on it because I liked it. So thank you again, Nathan, and thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And until next time, peace and love, and I will see you on my next review or whatever I'm doing.